Hi, my name is Wayne, and we're just going to go through a little bit of a review on this Zarfund platform. And Zarfund is basically a platform for the acquisition of Bitcoin. Now, many of you may not know what that is, and Bitcoin is an online currency that's becoming very, very popular online and offline. I see more and more products that are available whereby you can purchase using Bitcoins in our everyday life. So it's something that's extremely valuable. Now, let's have a quick look at value in terms of what the Bitcoin is worth. Okay, so and that's basically all you really need to understand about Bitcoin is the value of it. Now, this is a quick snapshot from September 28, 2016, and of course the time as well. And this is from a simple currency converter. So if you go to Google and you type in currency converter, you will have something like this. So normally it's used to compare like the Canadian dollar, US dollar, etc. However, in this case, we're comparing it to Bitcoin. So we see here that on September 28, it took 604 US dollars to buy one single Bitcoin. 604.97 US dollars to buy one single Bitcoin. So obviously Bitcoin is very valuable. Now, the platform that I'm about to show you will show you how you can acquire up to 164 Bitcoins per month. So clearly, if you have that many Bitcoins and you had a way that you can translate it back into cash, then that would be something obviously that everyone would be interested in. So let's have a quick look at this platform. It's called Zarfund, and the gentleman that created it was out of South Africa. His name is Hans Jordan, as you can see here. And it's, of course, this information is also available on the website, and I really like what he says. He says that I'm an online entrepreneur living in South Africa. I'm passionate to help others become successful online. Zarfund is a dream come true for me. I've been forever looking for a platform that I believe in that will help anyone to make money online. I look hard and critical at rev shares, stock revs, GH, PH programs, affiliate marketing, online shops, forex, binary options, selling online, and a host of other different ventures and opportunity. I found what I was looking for, but it still was not perfect. But with a couple of changes and a bit of ingenuity, I believe I've created what many people just like me was looking for, and I tend to agree with him 100%, and I'm sure you too as well. Looking for something simple, easy to do, that has a very good upside potential, and in terms of the amount to get started, very low amount to start out. And I definitely agree with him, and I'm pretty sure if you've been online for any length of time that you would also agree with that statement. Now, he's created a very, very simple comp plan. Now, many of you looked at this and said, oh yeah, I know what this is. This is a MLM. Well, no, you couldn't be more wrong. We have borrowed basically a 2x6 force matrix from that industry, but it's simply a way to keep track of the system. Okay, and this is all programmed using the computer. So it's a simple 2x6 force matrix, and not because it has a left and a right team, mean it's binary. Binary usually involves balancing act with the left side and the right side, and you get paid on the weaker side and all that kind of nonsense. In this case, this is a simple, straightforward 2x6 force matrix, and you will see why I believe this is a really great choice for a comp plan. Now, I'd just like to see here, basically I'm not going to read this verbatim, I'll leave it up for you for a few minutes, but it simply means that whatever effort you put into this opportunity is the type of reward that you can expect. So if you put in a little, you're going to get a little. If you put in a lot, you're going to get a lot. If you want to max it out, you definitely will be able to do just that. And that's all that this is saying, and that's all that I'm going to say about that. Now, when you move forward and you decide to get started, first of all, it's free to sign up. When you come in, you sign up for free. You have 24 hours in which to upgrade to the next level. In this particular case, it's the bronze, and you do that by making a donation of 0.03 Bitcoin. So if your first person comes in at 0.03 Bitcoins, that's roughly about $18 US, and that is as of this date, I'm sure if you're looking at this 3 or 4 months from now, that value might be different. So I would highly suggest that you check the online value in terms of what is 0.03 Bitcoin. But as of right now, it's roughly about $18 or so US. I would suggest that if you are going to be putting funds into the blockchain, and which is what we use in order to acquire this Bitcoin, that you put a little bit more than just a 0.3, because there's transaction fees. For particular, if you use, say for example, an ATM machine, I would suggest that you start with about 25 US dollars. That would give you a couple of extra dollars in there anyway, since the funds are being deposited directly into your account. Okay, now the first person comes in, like I said, and they pay you that 0.3 directly into your blockchain.info account. Of course, the second person comes in, and they too pay you 0.3. Now, roughly in terms of Canadian dollars, and I'm just going to use the Canadian dollar as an example, since I happen to live in Canada, so we're just going to use that as an example. Depending on what country you're in, then obviously you just need to check on what 0.03 Bitcoin translate to in your particular currency, fiat currency. So for just simplicity's sake, we're going to say that $30 gets you all in in Canada. So when the person comes in, they're going to donate that funds towards your account directly, and so is the second person. So obviously, if it costs you 30 to start, and then 2 people are in, then you're up by 30. So think of it as if the first person comes in, you break even the second one, and you're now in profit. Now, on those 2 people, they have 2 each on the second level. Okay, so you have 4 people on your second level. Now, this works a little bit different to what you might have been used to in the past. Think of it as a subscription service, whether you're subscribing to, Good Housekeeping, Auto Mechanic Magazine, or perhaps you have a prepaid phone where every 30 days you have to pay for that phone, that prepaid phone over again. You have to put credits on it or minutes or whatever you use in order to recharge it. Think of it the same way. On the second level, every 30 days, as well as the first level, it will expire and you have to pay for it again. So it becomes a residual income. So let's say you come in and you just stayed on the first level, then obviously all you would have to do every month is just that $30. And if you had 2 people under you, then that means that you would be up profiting by $30. Alright, on the second level you have 4 people. The subscription fee on level 2 is a little bit higher. It's roughly about 45 Canadian dollar value. And just think of it as you're paying $45 and you're collecting from 4 different people that are directly donating to you $45 each. So this model is basically a crowdfunding model. Okay, so I'm just kind of explaining to you a little bit about how it works on the mechanical side of the equation. Now, on the next level down, those 2 people have 2 each, so 4 times 2 is 8. And on level 3, the subscription fee is again a little bit higher. It's roughly about 85 or so Canadian dollars, and that's approximately, okay, again because of the dollar fluctuation or the value in the Bitcoin fluctuation. So roughly you would be up by about 640 Canadian dollars at this point. All right, and of course those 8 people have 2 each, which becomes 16 on the 4th level. And again, the subscription fee is a little bit higher. It's roughly about 160 or so Canadian. So you multiply that by 16, and that's how much you would be receiving. And this is providing, of course, you do have 16 people on that level, and they're all upgrading to level 4. Okay, so think of it as you're paying 1 out, and you're keeping the other 15. So you're keeping 15 times 160. So roughly call it about $2,500 to about $3,000 altogether in Canadians, at this point in time. Now on the next level, you have 32 people because those 16 people have 2 each. 16 times 2 equals 32. And for the next 2 levels, I'm going to quote it in US currency, simply because those 32 people will send you 1 Bitcoin every month. So 1 Bitcoin every month. And as we looked at a little bit earlier, you saw that 1 Bitcoin equaled about 600 US dollars. So let's just round it off to 600. So if you do 600 multiply by 32 people, you get roughly about 1920, or roughly about $20,000 if you want to round it off. So that's 20,000 US dollars equivalent. And I say equivalent because you're receiving this in Bitcoin, not the actual fiat currency. Now, obviously, in order for you to receive that, then you yourself would have had to pay that $600. So again, you're paying 1, and you're keeping 31 times 600. So obviously, if I ask you the question, would you pay $600 to receive 20,000? I think you would, right? Simple math. Even a 5-year-old can make that decision, right? Now, those 32 people, they have 2 each, which is 64 on the 6th level. And those people on your 6th level, they're going to send you 2 Bitcoin each and every month when they upgrade to level 6. So that's 2 Bitcoins per month times 64. So since 1 Bitcoin equals $600, then 2 Bitcoin clearly equals $1,200, right? 6 times 2 equals 12, and that becomes 1,200 times 64, which roughly equates to about $76,000+, okay? So when you round it off, it's roughly about 90,000 plus, let's say, another $10,000 in the top. So you're looking at least $100,000 equivalent US currency per month. Not bad for a very simple 2x6 matrix. I believe that's why this opportunity is seeing such tremendous success online, because of its simplicity, its ease of understanding. Okay, so that just shows you a little bit about the type of income that you can expect, providing, of course, that you do work this program, you know, very hard, or if you want to max it out. If you're like me, you try to max out the whole system so that you can replace your current income. Now, this just shows a complete matrix, which is 126 people altogether. So you have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and then 64. That equals 126. So of course, because it's a spillover, it's a forced matrix, if you had more than 2 people that you brought in, they're going to spill under the person that's directly under you. If your if second row was filled out, they will spill, of course, under the third, etc., all the way down. So your job is to just share this with as many people as possible, and just have them have a look at this particular opportunity. Now, when you first join, your subscription levels, because a lot of people will ask, like, where does the money go to? How does that work? Well, let's say that this is you, and you spilled onto Bob. Your level 1 subscription will be paid to the first person above you. In this example, that's Bob. Your level 2 subscription will be paid to Susie on a monthly basis. And again, I'm using subscription very loosely. Okay, this is a sort of donation platform. Your level 3, obviously, would be paid to Jim, right, and so on. Your level 4 would be paid to the 4 people above you, 5th, and of course 6. And likewise, the same way that the person on your level 6, when they're ready to step up to level 6, the computer will start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that ends with you. And of course, that's where that $1,200 comes in, which is that 2 Bitcoin value. Now, a lot of people don't understand this particular part, and let me just take a moment to just share this with you. There is a feature within the system that we call a pass-up, and this is how it works. There's 2 qualifications. First, you must be at the right stage, and second, you must be in the right number of people above you in your upline. So let's have a look at this. Let's say that you're ready to step up to level 5, okay? And as you know, level 5 is 1 Bitcoin, which, as we said earlier, equals about $600 equivalent USD. All right, so the computer starts by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 lands with Harry. And as we see, Harry is in the right place, but he is at the wrong stage. He needs to be at stage 5. So in that case, the computer jumps over Harry and it starts looking at the person above him. In this case, Paul. Paul is not at stage 5 either, so the computer continues to come up and up and up, all the way up line, until it finds someone who is at that particular stage. In this case, Fred. Fred is at stage 5, so ka-ching, Fred just earned an additional $600 worth of bitcoins, $600 USD equivalent. And of course, Fred is a happy camper. Now, of course, Harry just lost out on that. He will receive an email saying, "Hey, guess what, Harry? You just lost some money." Right? So it's up to Harry to step up to the next level if he wishes. But of course, it's totally at will. It's up to you whenever you're. Just to continue where we left off just a moment ago, as we were saying on this video number 2, how the pass-up works. So if you were moving to level 5, in this case, the computer starts by counting the number of people that's above you. So it counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ends with Harry. Harry is in the right place, as I had said earlier in the first video, but in the wrong stage. So in that case, the computer jumps over him, starts looking at the person above him. It will continue to search upwards until it finds somebody that's at stage 5, in this case Fred, and ka-ching, Fred earns $600 worth of Bitcoin. Now obviously we don't want that to happen, so you will receive an email, and the only thing that you have to do once you start building this, I would suggest building it fast and furious, for as many people as you can, is to just stay ahead of your downline. Now this slide just shows basically that you actually are able to get paid from way outside. Let's say it's somebody on your 15th or 16th level, and one of these people didn't pay, or let's say this person didn't pay, those funds will just flow up. And let's say, for example, that none of these people were upgraded to stage 5, and then you were at stage 5, it will continue to go all the way upline until it lands right with you. So that's how you can end up making way more than what the compensation plan states. Okay, it's very simple and very, very effective. So it's very easy to get started. When you might have received an email from your friend or family member, and basically you just need a username, an email address. Make sure your email address is correct. A password. Of course, you need to confirm your password, your first and last name. You state which country, of course, you're in, perhaps your cell phone number, and you do need to create your own security question. It's very, very important that the security question that you create, and of course, the security answer, and it is definitely case sensitive, to be sure to write it down. Many people are not able to get back into the account after they create it, so I would highly suggest writing it down on a booklet, not a piece of paper that you will lose. Okay, write it into a notebook or something important that you can come back and you would be able to recover this information. Now, of course, if you signed up and you notice that the person that invited you, you're not signing up directly onto them, it means that that person has their tool already, and you're actually spilling over under somebody else. So it may say something like, you were invited by Jane Doe, who has a maximum number of referrals, and the system is now assigning you John Henry as an example. And of course, you go ahead and you fill out that information. Now, I would suggest that after watching this video, the very first thing that you should do, even before you go to the email to get the link to sign up, is to go to www.blockchain.info and create a blockchain account, okay, a blockchain wallet. This is a Bitcoin wallet, or a Bitcoin bank as I like to call it. And there are two things that are required. It's your email address and your password. This just shows when you log in for the second time, you will need your wallet ID, right? And it's very easy to do it from the email. If you go back to the original email that says welcome to my wallet, there is a login link. If you click on that login link, it will automatically populate your wallet ID, and all you would need at that point is just your password. Now, if you're doing this for the very first time, to sign up, you need, of course, your email address, and again, be sure that nothing is misspelt with your email when you are signing up, because if it's misspelt, obviously that original email will go to the wrong place or perhaps not be delivered. So just be very mindful of that when you put in your email. And of course, your password is just as important. Make sure that you are, again, writing this information down. Again, we have had experience with many people who forgot their password, and of course, in some cases, money were actually deposited into their account and they could not get back in. So I cannot stress this enough. be sure to write your password down on a notebook or something important that you can recover it and have that information when you need it. And definitely after you've used this for a few times, then go through the security feature of filling in the passphrase, which gives you 12 words randomly that you must be able to recall should you ever forget your password. So after you've done that a few times, then definitely fill out that security feature. And when you first sign up, you will receive an email that says, "Welcome to my wallet." You need to click on the verification link, and you need to do it within a very short space of time. I would suggest within the first 24 hours. Because if you do not, then you'll have to verify that email later on, because your email is used quite often as a way to verify that you are in fact trying to log into your account. Now, after you have created the wallet, you would notice there are two buttons. There's a receive button, okay, and that's your send button. Now, the receive button will show you a string that looks like this, okay, and I like to call it your deposit account information. This is what you're going to copy, and you're going to paste that into Zarfund, so that when someone is sending you Bitcoin, they're going to send it to this address right here. Okay, so this is your receive information. Some people would like to call it a receiving code. I like to say it's your deposit account information. That makes it very direct and to the point that people get it, right? So you want to copy and paste this. Likewise, if someone was sending you Bitcoins, this is the information that you would send to them by email, so that they can now credit this account. Now, of course, that's on the receive side. The send side is very obvious. By clicking on the send button, you then right-click and paste that person's information, and then you select the amount that you're sending. Let's say 0.03 or whatever that is. And of course, then you click on, you just follow through with the instructions. Now, right beside here is a QR code, and this is used for depositing into your account, particularly through an ATM machine. Okay, so what I would suggest as well is to take a picture of it. Okay, so just take a quick picture with your cell phone. That's perhaps the simplest and easiest way. And be sure to center that QR code, so that you can also dress it up a little bit if you wish, right? Put a picture there. If you're depositing for a friend or family member or somebody else, you might want to put their picture there so that you know whose account you're depositing to. Okay, so when you go to an ATM machine, for example, you just simply tap on the screen to start the process. You then put your phone with this QR code right beside that plate, as you see that gentleman is doing down there in the bottom right, and the machine will scan that QR code, and it would also obviously have your deposit account information, as you can see in the background, this displayed. Then you just feed that machine with cash. Whether it's $20, $40, $100, whatever it is you're depositing, you just put the cash in, and then it will obviously count it, and you hit the send button, and immediately it sends those Bitcoins directly to this account. Okay, so it's a very, very simple process, a very easy to do process. Now, in your email, you would find, of course, your wallet ID, and you would find that in the Welcome to My Wallet section. I would suggest that you definitely copy this and perhaps put it onto a USB stick somewhere that you can, gain quick access to it. So if you have a USB key that you have on your set of keys, perhaps, right, you could put that in a computer. You can simply copy and paste if you need to access this from another computer, and then of course you can just type in your password when you enter back into the blockchain. Now on the Zarfund side, you simply click on the My Money section, and then there would be a drop down. It says Bitcoin, My Bitcoin Wallet. Then you add your wallet. Okay, this is when you first sign up in Zarfund. And what you would do is take that deposit information, that deposit string that we looked at earlier, and you will paste it into where it says wallet address. Okay, so you take this string right here from your receive code, paste it into here, and you would also put the HTTP blockchain.info. Now, do not put the rest of the other part of that extension for the URL. you just need to put up to .info. So it should be http:// of course blockchain.info. That's all you need to put here. And on this section where it says this would be your security question. Whatever security question you created, you would put the answer to the security question. And again, it is very case sensitive, so be sure to put it exactly the way you originally signed up. Then submit. Once you submit it, then the information would be changed and it would be stored on the Zarfund site, so that when people are upgrading and they're paying you, whether it's level 1, 2, 3 or whatever, this is the information that they will copy and paste so that they can send those funds directly to your back office. And of course that would be under the My Money section. Alright, now when you're ready to upgrade, which is the final stage, you're going to upgrade, so you're going to click on that, upgrade to the next level. This is that deposit string that we're talking about. You would want to copy this, then you're going to go into your blockchain and pay it. Okay, so you're going to copy this, then the next thing you do, you go to your blockchain, right? Of course you would send it, so you click on send, you right click and paste, you put the amount. Let's say in this case, if you're just starting, it's 0.03, and you might want to put a little note. You could say, you know, up my silver level, whatever that is, whatever you wish to put there, and then you click send. Now after you send it, you want to click on the transaction section, and on the transaction you're going to click on the send button, and it would be in something like this in red. Okay, so once you click on that red word send, you would notice that there's a little blue arrow pointing upwards like this at a diagonal. So you would want to click on this arrow right here so that you can receive your verification code, and this is what tells the system that you have paid. So right under where it says view information about a Bitcoin transaction, you want to copy this whole string right here. So you would want to right click and copy it. Now be sure not to copy the link, because when you click on copy, it would say copy this URL or this link. You do not want to copy the link, just the word copy, and that would allow you to copy the letters and numbers and characters as you see here. Okay, so what you're going to do with that, you're going to now go back to Zarfund, and right under that upgrade, okay, when you scroll down, you will see that it says donation amount, right? Transaction hash ID. So you want to right click and paste it right in here. Okay, so paste the verification code right where it says transaction hash ID, and then the amount that you sent. So if you were just starting out, that would be 0.03. You would put it in here, and then you click submit. Then you will see the system says OK or reload or something like that, and then from that point it takes between 5 minutes to 30 minutes. When you log back in again, you will see that your status have been upgraded to whatever level you are upgrading to. So it's a fairly straightforward and very simple process. So you will see that your stage has been upgraded by the time you come back into your platform. So basically that's it in a nutshell of how you're able to set up and how you're able to take the transaction hash ID and put it into Zarfund so that you can be, you know, upgraded to the next level. Now it is at that point that you receive your link. So on your dashboard on the left hand side, you click on my link and it would look something like this. Okay, so with letters and numbers at the end of it. So you want to copy this and be able to send it to someone. Now don't copy this particular link, as this will not work for you, but I'm just giving you an example of what your referral link looks like when you're sending it out. So I hope this video has been very helpful to you. Zarfund is an incredible opportunity. I would hope that you would take it to the next level. And as we move forward, you will see more and more videos that's available on my channel. So definitely subscribe to it, and you know, so we can move forward. It's a really incredible ride. I'm really happy that this platform was created. I hope that you would take full advantage of it. I hope that you would not listen to all the naysayers out there, because you know there are two types of people in this world. They're the people that make things happen, and then the other type of people that just wonder what happened after it's already passed. I hope that you're the type of person that would take advantage of an opportunity. So let's get on board with this one, and let's work it real hard and let's see if we can change the lives of many people over the next, let's say, 3 to 6 months. So stay tuned, guys. There'll be more videos coming up, and see you at the top.